It's the Hawks, and they're doing business on the road in an interconference NBA game. Thanks for joining us, everyone. It's the NBA on 2K Sports. I'm Kevin Harlan. Here with me today, Clark Kellogg and Steve Kerr. Dallas playing for the home crowd again tonight. Try as they might, they've fallen behind the pack, but a chance here to reclaim some ground. It might be tough, but this is a team they're capable of beating.
Well, right now for the Mavericks, they've got to take a step back and just try to pinpoint where things went south for them this season. They're in a tough spot.
But it's so hard to figure that out in the midst of the season, Clark. You got games coming night after night. There's just no time to figure it out. You just have to try to right the ship and get things moving.
Looking for the starting five for the Atlanta Hawks. Brought to you by State Farm. They've got Devin Harris. Horford is out there with Ivan Johnson. Then there's Teague, and it's Smith in at the 3 slot. And for Dallas, Carter is out there with Marion. Then it's Mayo. Then there's Nowitzki. And it's Collison in at the point. Now here is Harris. Smith. Basket is good. The assist from Harris. Smith's got the first points up on the board for the Hawks.
Since moving to Atlanta in 1968 from St. Louis, the Hawks have been a steady presence in the postseason, Kevin. Still, that penultimate goal of an NBA title has eluded them.
On defense, the Mavericks. They come in fresh off.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, what a huge play.
Nasty, nasty. Whoa.
And that look right there on Clark says it all.
He's not alone, Kevin. I mean, that was just mean right there.
He's getting his first free throw attempt of the game here.
Well, not the best statistic for him. I mean, his performance at the line, of course, very low numbers.
And somehow it's become a real struggle at the free throw line. He's lost his way there. I mean, he's not having anywhere near the same success he had there last season.
You look at Rick Carlisle, and I think he's evolved as a coach. His teams early on in his tenure tended to play kind of slowly, very defensive-minded and tough. But you think of the Dallas team that won the title in 2011. They were freewheeling. They were excellent offensively, great spacing. So I think Rick Carlisle has really evolved as a coach.
Great D on that shot, and it's off the mark. Not a fast start for the Mavericks. It's a 5-point game. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2. Steve, you were talking about Carlisle's evolution as a coach, adapting his system to fit his team. That's a hallmark, I think, of a pretty good coach.
Yeah, I think so, Kevin. I mean, you have to be adaptable in this game because personnel is different from season to season, sometimes from week to week, depending on injuries. And I think Carlisle has shown that versatility. He's really good, especially offensively, in drawing up schemes to free up players and give them space and take advantage of their talents, and that's shown with this Dallas club.
Harris with it. Now Mayo defending. Shot's good. So first quarter just over a minute and a half in. All right, let's go over to the sideline with Doris Burke.
Well, Kevin, Larry Drew gave me a few minutes to catch up with him. Coach told me that he knows they have a tough assignment in Dirk Nowitzki. We talked about what makes Dirk so difficult to defend against, and he pointed to Dirk's ability to hit jumpers when he is seemingly completely off balance, saying it'll look like he's falling over, then he just turns and flips the ball in. I know I've seen Dirk do that on more than one occasion, guys.
Thanks a lot, Doris. Now here is Harris. Vince Carter missing his last shot. Teague dishes to Johnson. And there's the pass to Horford. Here's Harris. It's good from about 19 feet. Harris has got his first bucket in this one.
I think we could see them put up some big numbers if they keep shooting like this. I mean, 4 or 5 early, and they look focused and locked in.
Now here's Collison. He picked up 18 points in their last win against Golden State. Offensive rebound. Nowitzki right side. Over Horford. Nowitzki, good! Nowitzki's got his first basket of the night.
Took a little time, but they get one to go. Maybe they're warmed up now.
Sean Marion still is an amazing athlete, even in his mid-30s. So quick off his feet, and he can play either the 3 or the 4 position. And versatile defender, excellent team player.
Great positioning on the putback.
And that's a really deft touch right there, guys.
And he just guided that ball back up and in. You know, Clark, just a fingertip touch on the ball.
Really well done.
Yeah, you don't need to catch it and gather and try to go back up if you've got that type of angle. He really took advantage.
And guys, I think the key for Marion being able to play the watch out now. He's a bit short for the power forward spot, but his great leaping ability more than makes up for it.
And the replay, of course, presented by Sprite. What a play. First quarter of play and just over 3.5 minutes in. Pass to Mayo. Guarded by Harris. Mayo kicks to Marion. And the layup is good.
That's exactly what they had in mind on that possession.
The Hawks leading by 7. Harris with it. Averaging 8 points a game. And it's good. And in just a second, we'll get back to the action. But first, let's hear what Damon's got for us in the studio. Damon?
Thanks, Kevin. Some games have already ended back east. Let's get everyone caught up. It was the Nets with a win against the Pacers in Indiana. A big boy win for them. They're able to pull it out in OT. Their top scorer was Brook Lopez. Out at Time Warner Cable Arena, it was the Bobcats losing to the Celtics. And they snapped a lengthy losing streak. Quite a feeling in this team's locker room right now. And that wraps up things for us. Let's head on back out to Kevin, Steve, and Clark. Fellas, take it away.
Hey, great, Damon. Thank you for that report. And folks, stay tuned at halftime for the Sprint Halftime Report for more scores and stats.
Great day for basketball, isn't it, guys? Enough games to go around for everybody.
Carter kicks to Collison. Marion outside. He feeds it to Mayo. Guarded by Harris. Fader on the way. And that one's good.
That jump shot's like a layup for him when the defense backs off like that.
The Atlanta Hawks come into this one following a loss to New Orleans.
Yeah, they allowed far too many open looks in that game, guys.
Can't disagree with you there, Steve. I mean, that's exactly what did them in. They didn't apply nearly enough pressure on their shooters.
Comes up empty from 19 feet out. Mavericks trailed by 8. Collison with it, and it's Johnson picking him up. Collison, no good.
Usually if he gets to the rim, he's converting it into points. But the defense stood tall there.
Teague, the pass to Horford. Good.
I can imagine they're going to hear an earful about this next stop. I mean, that's 3 straight field goals given up right in the middle of the lane. Inexcusable.
Well, defense starts at the rim. I mean, you want teams shooting the ball from the outside, and that's not happening. They're just giving up everything inside.
Here's Mayo, following the basket by Al Horford. Harris on the double team. Shot clock at 6. Nowitzki, guarded by Horford. They get a hand on it, and they'll turn it over. Could not get off a shot. 24-second violation. A chance to check out the shooting guards across the NBA that have averaged the highest number of assists over the last month. O.J. Mayo, 3rd.
And what that group has a great understanding of is the importance of ball movement. They can really all create their own shot, but they're superb setup men as well.
You know, I enjoy seeing that mindset in the shooting guard where basically he's saying, I'm going to attack at all times, but if it's not there for me, I can drop a dime on you just as easy.
Collison's shot is good.
Love the finish there. Not much defense, though. And you have to give the ownership a lot of credit for the Mavs' success over the years, guys. A lot of people may not agree with things he has to say, but you can't argue with the success that he's had. He's spent his money, his resources. He's put a ton of passion and energy into building that franchise, and it's developed into one of the best in the entire league.
Now Teague. Carter's missing on the 3. Over Collison. Teague can't hit.
Boy, they were ready for him right there. I mean, totally collapsed the defense on him.
Hale against Teague. Carter with the bucket. Carter's got his first points of the night. You talk about passionate ownership on the sideline, actively involved in crafting the roster and the fan experience. You don't get much better than Dallas. From the top all the way down, it's all about winning and not afraid to push for what's best for the NBA.
And I think he wants the best for his players, too, and that's why, as a player, you've got to love, admire, and respect that. You know that he wants to win just as much as you do, and it's easy to go the extra mile and commit to a team where that's the case coming from ownership.
The Hawks leading by 6. Here's Harris. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
Seeing the Mavs in the playoffs is something that is almost a given at this point. I mean, they've made it each season since 2001.
That's good from Harris. Going back to Dallas, you do take for granted that somehow, some way, they'll find their way into the postseason, Steve. But the results, obviously, they just got in, but they couldn't do anything once they got there.
Well, I give Mark Cuban a ton of credit for what Clark talked about, just the longevity of their success. And a lot of that has to do with Dirk Nowitzki as well. But Cuban had a vision. He's put together an amazing franchise, and Dirk has been the superstar to build around. What a run it's been for Dallas.
The Hawks making a switch here. Teague's checked in. Here's Jones. Brand up top. 6 to shoot. Beaubois fires from deep, and that one's good. Beaubois got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3.
Those are shots he shouldn't be afraid to take. He can make them.
And Jenkins kicks to Pachulia. T. Brand comes to help. Dishes it to Pachulia. Out of bounds. Dallas takes possession.
A chance here to take a look at where the Mavericks rank in the NBA currently. 3rd in free throw percentage, 7th in scoring, and they're in the top 10 in fewest turnovers per game. And they really do emphasize taking care of the ball.
Well, and you talk about the free throw shooting. That's what jumps out at me, Clark. And when you shoot well from the foul line, it allows you to close games so much easier because those are easy points, and you get your defense set up at the other end because the clock is stopped.
Now here's Beaubois. Carter kicks to James. Back to Carter. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
Well, you think about Vince Carter, in his day, just a real superstar in Toronto, and he gave us maybe the greatest dunk contest performance of all time back in 2000. But those days are behind him. Still a very capable player, but not a highlight reel guy each and every night.
Good on the second free throw.
And you know, guys, and you've seen it over the years, one thing about it with the aging former stars like Vince Carter, you've got to try to watch how they operate. Every so often, when the knees are feeling good, they're capable of those throwback performances, but they're not quite as often seen with that type of explosiveness.
And there's Jenkins. That's good on the assist by Harris. Jenkins got himself on the board with 3 there. Beaubois against Harris. Now here's Beaubois. He's guarded closely, and he drops it in from the low post. 1:14 left to play in the first quarter. Harris kicks to Corver. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up, and 2 shots coming up.
Well, Kyle Korver is going to do one thing better than just about anybody in the league, and that's shoot the three-point ball. And he's got unlimited range, beautiful stroke, and you have to respect his range as a defense.
He just makes it look so easy, too, when he shoots. He'll be almost statuesque, but each and every time he fires from deep, he hits it. O.J. Mayo is checked in for Vince Carter. There's the dish to Jones. And the basket good. The Hawks leading by 4. Harris outside. Harris right side. There's the triple. And James pulls it down.
Boy, I'm shocked he didn't make that one. He usually knocks that one down with ease.
The Mavericks shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game.
Guys, that says a lot about the poise of this team. I mean, They've been so calm, cool, and consistent at the stripe this year. I mean, that's impressive.
Josh Smith, he's checked in for Anthony Tolliver. That one misses. They can go 2 for 1.
Yeah, they need to play it smart. Make sure you get a good shot first, and then maybe a second possession.
Here's Harris. Softly drops in the floater. Harris has got 8.
That's a precision shot. You've got to be precise. No room for error on the floater.
He kicks to Mayo. Passes to James. Back to Mayo. 6 on the shot clock. Kicks to Bobo. He dishes it to Jones. A second chance effort. The shot misses. And that concludes the first quarter of play. Hawks lead by 5. Let's take a quick break now, and then it's on to the second quarter after this.